guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today I have a video that people have been asking me to put up non-stop, and that is of what I packed in my hospital bag for me and the baby. I have two babies now, so I feel like I know exactly what I'll need and what I won't need, but I figured I would make this video for you guys. I already gave birth and it's already unpacked, everything's already unpacked, but I will be inserting pictures on the exact items that I brought for what's in my hospital bag. Okay, so first off, I'm going to show you guys the hospital bag I use. Wonderful. So first off, I'm going to show you guys the bag that I packed everything in, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is exactly what you will actually use. I've given birth twice. First time I packed a crap ton of things that I didn't need, so this time around I made sure that I packed light but still packed necessities. This is the bag that I packed everything in. It's pretty damn big. It's a weekender bag. It fit all of my stuff, it fit the baby stuff perfectly with no issues at all. I even had an excessive amount of space still left over in my bag. So highly recommend that you pack what I'm telling you to pack. Now if you want to add additional things to that, that's on you, but I will just show you guys what I packed personally, the things that I actually used. And I really unpacked my entire bag when I gave birth. I actually used every single thing in it. So if you want to pack right, this is what you need. Toiletries, that is obviously a must. Shampoo, conditioner, you know, face wash, body wash, lotion and moisturizer, eye cream, toothbrush, toothpaste, all that good stuff. Now I bought a pack that was basically pre-packed already. The only thing that I had to pack extra was a bar of soap, and I think it cost me all but $5 or $6. I could be wrong. That will have everything you need. I definitely recommend that if you can, you definitely should shower right after you give birth, because let me tell you, that makes you feel so much more relaxed, so much more human. Washing my hair after giving birth was just the most relaxing thing ever, and it made sleeping that much easier because your baby sleeps a lot when you give birth. So I definitely slept way better because I just felt so much more fresh and clean. Now another thing that I recommend that you get is these pads, and these are like underwear pads. The reason why I recommend these is because if you use the hospital ones, you're going to use the hospital underwear, and sometimes, like, even though you feel like a lot of air, it's uncomfortable. At least for me, I felt very uncomfortable in those because they were very loose. If you're smaller, if you're like a little bit skinnier, they're gonna literally fall right off your body. Even like the hospital pads, they had like just these long ones, and also you tend to sweat in the ones the hospital gives you. And the one that I'm recommending to you guys, you won't really have that problem, and you'll feel like you actually have regular underwear on. They're super soft, and like I said, you don't get sweaty in that one, which is why I loved it. So for the first day, I do recommend that you use the hospital's pads because, you know, they're going to be doing a couple of things where you're going to have to be constantly pulling your shirt up and down, or your gown up and down. So I highly recommend that, you know, you wait at least one day, and then after that you can definitely switch into the pads, which is what I did. Another thing is slippers and socks. Now you don't really think you're gonna need this, but if your hospital's cold, you're gonna want socks, and you're not gonna want those itchy hospital socks. You're gonna want some soft ones, which is what I packed, some aloe socks. And slippers if you want to walk around the area, because they do recommend that you walk around if you've given natural birth. Highly recommend that. Let's see, pajamas. Now make sure that your pajamas, you have comfortable pajamas that you're going to be able to, like I said, lift up and down, because they're going to be checking your abdomen. They're going to be checking, you know, how much you're bleeding, so you're going to have to show them that, you know, pad. And I'm just being real front and upfront about it, because I feel like some YouTubers tend to sugarcoat, you know, the aftermath, and yeah, they're gonna be all up in that area, so you need to have easy access. Now this is actually the gown that I had on, and this was literally what I was in the first and second day, and then I switched into pajamas, like regular pajamas, pants and stuff, because I had like almost no bleeding. This is extremely important, and I literally recommend that if you are going to be packing your diaper bag soon, you go out and buy this right away, a folder. And you don't think you're going to need a folder, but when you start getting all that paperwork for you and the baby and all the meds and all your appointments that are going to be coming up, you're going to wish you had a folder. That was one thing that I just strongly wish that I had the first time, because then you have no place to put all your stuff. So a folder. Definitely recommend a folder, and a pen, because you're going to be signing a crap load of things. I recommend you bring your like electronics, like charger, computer, camera. Obviously we know why we need those things. A computer in case you get bored and you don't have a working TV. I didn't have a working TV for the first couple of hours of my labor. Obviously your charger. My battery died while I was in labor. Charger came in right in handy. I had a portable charger too, so I just kept that next to me while I was in labor so I can keep in contact with everybody. And then yeah, your camera, just because you want to take pictures when your baby's born. With my first, I had so many pictures of right after she came out and stuff like that, so it was perfect to have the camera like handy dandy. Hair ties. Hair ties, hair ties, hair ties. I know some women want to look glamorous when they're giving birth and want to have their hair out and stuff. Unfortunately, there's nothing glamorous about birth. So hair ties, because if you do not tie your hair, you're gonna have the biggest knots, and it's gonna take you 30 minutes to untangle your hair, which is what happened with me on my first child. I let my hair down and my hair was a hot mess, and it took me 30 minutes to just untangle, not even to like wash and all that. 30 minutes to untangle alone. So make sure you have a hair tie. Oh my god, a pillow. Make sure you have a comfortable pillow, because when you use the hospital ones, they're normally crappy 90% of the time. Now I actually forgot my pillow. I was supposed to bring it, but I was being rushed out of the house. I forgot to bring my pillow. My sister actually grabbed it for me, and the hospital pillow was horrible. And we only got one. When I gave birth to my first, I had like 3 pillows. They were like, here, take all the pillows you need. But with this one, they were like, no, we only have 1 pillow per room. Okay, that's fine. So I'm glad I had my pillow there, handy dandy. It came in very handy, because the hospital pillow was horrible. Coming home outfit. And I always tell people either maxi dress or a comfortable shirt and sweats. Preferably black sweats, just in case. I came home in sweats because I had those underwear that were perfect, so I didn't feel like I was gonna leak or anything like that. So I put pants on, because well, they were compression pants, and I highly recommend those after giving birth. But yes, dress or sweats, snacks. When you give birth, you will have the hunger of like 300 men. Promise you. You're gonna be so hungry. And depending on the time that you give birth, there might be food and there might not be food. So you don't want to be stuck hungry. And 90% of the time, all they're going to have to offer you is like ice cream and not even ice cream, like popsicles. I don't really consider that ice cream. They'll have popsicles and like graham crackers or something like that. Or Jello, if they have Jello available. So highly recommend you have your own snacks. We had our own snacks. We made sure we packed snacks, and to be honest, I know sometimes nurses will tell you this, you know, eating certain things is not good for you after birth, but I'm sorry, I just pushed the baby out. I'm gonna eat what I want. So I had Subway after I gave birth. Highly recommend that you eat whatever you want when you give birth. A birthing plan. And a lot of people that I notice don't know what a birthing plan is, but it's basically how you want your labor to go. How you want things to be done, what you want to be able to do, what you don't want them to do, what you want them to do after you give birth, you know, certain things like that. Like if you want skin to skin right after you give birth, I asked for that. I wanted to make sure the baby got everything out of the placenta before we cut the umbilical cord. Like it's just a lot of things. So I recommend that you do ask for a birth plan, and I think I'm gonna do a video on this too, like what it should look like. Now for the baby, highly recommend for you to have a blanket for the baby, because when you come home, even though you could be in a warm place, your baby still will get cold faster because obviously they're a lot smaller. So I highly recommend that you pack your baby a blanket. Also clothes. You know, some hospitals don't do, like, they don't clothe your baby. Like with my first, they had like little onesies for the babies, but not every hospital does that. So I had to make sure I had clothes for her, for my other baby this time around. And believe it or not, babies get really dirty. my little one, she like kept peeing on everything. I don't know what it is, but she literally pees. Anytime you're changing her diaper, she pees on you. Even if she just peed, she repees. And I don't know if it's because she's got a, you know, she's cold or whatever, but she pees. So she peed on everything while we were in the hospital. Hats and gloves for sure, because you want to make sure your baby's head is covered, because it's so sensitive. For basically the first year of your child's life, their head is very sensitive. So definitely a hat, and like gloves, baby gloves, mittens. I don't know what they're called precisely, but if your baby's born with long nails and, you know, like they're hungry, they tend to like scratch at their face or like scratch themselves, and you don't really want that. So, and I just don't recommend you clipping your baby's nails when they're first born, because their skin is so sensitive and you can actually cut them really bad. So I just recommend you get gloves just in case. Swaddle blankets or like an actual swaddler, but most of the time babies don't fit in swaddlers when they're first born. So just a swaddle blanket, because they like feeling nice and tight. The one from the hospital wasn't very breathable, so I actually packed her some, and this is actually the one I packed her. It's like a nice breathable material, and this is actually the one I used for my first. So the last thing I recommend is actually a boppy pillow. You don't need a boppy pillow, but I recommend you take a boppy pillow, and it is basically the pillow that goes around your waist to help you support the baby while you're while you are breastfeeding or just feeding in general. It just takes less weight off of your body, because let me tell you, your body's gonna be beat up after you give birth, because let me tell you, mine was. I felt like I got hit by a truck the second time around. So highly recommend you bring your boppy pillow, because I wasn't even able to like carry my baby really. It was just really hard. Alright guys, this is it for my video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also click on that bell button if you want to be notified every single time that I upload, and subscribe to my channel if you want to keep seeing my videos. Bye.